This is Living Room Requests, and Paul has requested the Anacreontic Song. Thank you.
Thank you.
To Anacreon in heaven, where he sat in full glee, a few sons of harmony sent a petition that he their inspirer and patron would be. When this answer arrived from the jolly old Grecian, voice, fiddle, and flute no longer be mute. I'll lend you my name and inspire you to boot, and besides I'll instruct you like me to intwine the myrtle of Venus with Bacchus vine, and besides I'll instruct you like me to entwine the myrtle of Venus with Bacchus vine. The news through Olympyus immediately flew, when old Thunder pretended to give himself airs. If these mortals are suffered their scheme to pursue, these devil or goddess will stay above stairs. Hark, already they cry in transports of joy, away to the Sons of Anacreon we'll fly, and there with good fellows we'll learn to entwine the myrtle of Venus with Bacchus vine, and there with good fellows we'll learn to entwine the myrtle of Venus with Bacchus vine. The yellow-haired god and his 9 fusty maids from Helicon's banks will incontinent flee. Idalia will boast but of tenantless shades, and the by-forked hill a mere desert will be. My thunder no fear on't, 'twill soon do its errand, and damn me, I'll swing the ringleaders, I warrant. I'll trim my young dogs for thus daring to twine the myrtle of Venus with Bacchus vine. I'll trim the young dogs for thus daring to twine the myrtle of Venus with Bacchus vine. Apollo rose up and said, "Prithee, ne'er quarrel, good king of the gods, with my votaries below. Your thunder is useless," then showing his laurel, cried, "Sic evitabile fulmen," you know. Then over each head my laurels I'll spread, so my sons from your crackers no mischief shall dread. Whilst snug in their club room they jovially twine the myrtle of Venus with Bacchus vine. Whilst snug in their club room they jovially twine the myrtle of Venus with Bacchus vine. Next Momus got up with his risible fizz, and swore with Apollo he'd cheerfully join. The full tide of harmony still shall be his, but the song and the catch and the laugh shall be mine. Then Jove, be not jealous of these honest fellows, cried Jove, we relent, since the truth you now tell us, and swear by old sticks that they long shall entwine the myrtle of Venus with Bacchus vine, and swear by old sticks that sanction of gods and the fiat of Jove, while thus we agree, Artus, let it be. May our club flourish happy, united and free, and long may the sons of Anacreon entwine the myrtle of Venus with Bacchus vine, and long may the sons of Anacreon entwine the myrtle of Venus with Bacchus vine.
So you might know that already as the Anacreontic Song, or you may
I'm
know
sure
it.
many people watching do.
Yes.
But
So
many people will come for a rough representation of what an amateur musical society in London in the late 18th century might have sounded like, which didn't actually admit women.
no, in fact,
But that was its undoing.
the Anacreontic Society was one of a number of glee clubs meeting in coffee houses and everything, and pubs and clubs and things, and they created such a lot of music and some really good tunes like this one, which was the song of the society. So the idea is that Anacreon in Heaven is asked by the society if they can, take him as inspiration. He was one of the 9 lyrical poets of ancient Greece, and he particularly specialized in drinking, revelry, love, and infatuation. So the revelry is the Bacchus's vine, and the Myrtle of Venus is basically singing about love and lust.
Myrtle of Venus. And, they did like the old classical inspiration.
Sure.
Those Enlightenment folks.
And making
But
fun of them.
It was basically a drinking and bacchanalian affair, wasn't it?
Well, actually, I did write an article on the Glee clubs, which, if you are a Patreon member,
Patricia Hammond on Patreon, by the
there
way.
you go. You get all sorts of videos that we didn't upload, videos from the past, things that you can't see on YouTube, and you also get articles.
So there's going to be a bunch of links in the description. One will be to Patricia's Patreon. One will be to request your own living room request, or you can go to patriciahammond.com/request. And yes, you are correct in thinking that it does sound like the Star Spangled Banner, which came not too long after, first published 1812 in Philadelphia. And we
got some links
la
for the curious.
da da dee, that sharp 4 there, going to the note, the difference between the main difference, I would say.
That is the
one
main
of the main
difference.
differences. That was actually installed in print first by the arranger and publisher Thomas Carr. Now, whether or not he himself came up with it one afternoon, I actually don't know. Perhaps somebody does know.
Well, you
and
were
they
saying
have
that
evidence.
they did do sort of variations.
Yeah.
And that's just the sort of thing that you would do in a variation.
A repeat.
To change.
It's the sort of
when
thing you do on a
repeat it.
repeat
Yeah.
in Baroque music.
Exactly.
So, or in, music of the early classical era. And yeah, and it's like thinking, like later we got da da dee 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 dee. That's another variation.
I think a singer came up with that.
So check out the other link, which is going to chronicle the American publishing history of Star Spangled Banner. Which
Link in the description. But no, I was just going to say back to the Anacreontic Society.
Yeah, which is what we're doing this about.
Yeah, this is.
But that's just for anybody who's irritated and going to go, hey, that sounds like the Star Spangled Banner, which is the national anthem of my country.
Or my friend's country, or whatever. But no, the Anacreontic Society, I wrote this in my article, so I can quote from it. It was one of London's major glee clubs, and organist and composer R.J.S. Stevens, who was a member, I think he was a member. It was a while since I wrote the article. He left some memoirs, recollections that were published after he died, and he recounted what a typical evening was, if you remember and you went. So they started with an instrumental concert, which went from 7 until 10. That's pretty long. And then supper. And then they'd sing Non Nobis Domine, which was a well-known, almost all Glee clubs started with that 4 parts song. In fact, you can find it on dishes. You can find it in the anyway.
So
Become a patron.
they
They
could eat
and then reveal the music in the glaze underneath. It's great. I saw one in a gallery in Liverpool. It was great. Non Nobis Domine. They'd sing that after supper, which was after the concert, and by that time it must be quite late. Then the president was seated, and everyone sang the Anacreontic Song, which we just did, Anacreon in Heav'n. Then catches, glees, and songs were sung until midnight. The president then left the chair, and vulgar obscenity generally prevailed. Improper songs and other vicious compositions were performed without any shame whatsoever. And so this started in 1866, apparently, when they started. 1766, sorry, apologies.
So
1766, and then they finished in 1792 when the Duchess of Devonshire came, because by that point it was incredibly famous. Famously in 1791, Haydn came to give to a meeting, and the young Johann Nepomuk Hummel, at the age of 12, gave a fantastic performance. It was incredibly famous. It was quite an event. And so I guess a victim of its own success, the Duchess of Devonshire came. And so they sang less rude songs. They toned down all their sort of bawdy lyrics, which so disgusted the members that they all resigned, one after the other. And that was the end of the society.
That's not what they were in that club
with
for.
The Duchess of Devonshire, who basically put paid to the whole concern.
I do wonder how often they met to do this, if they had such a long evening. Every week, every month. But
40 members, at the most they had 80 members.
Often you'll notice songs from the past have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 verses, thinking of Amazing Grace and things like that. But I can imagine...
This is restrained with its 6 verses.
With just talking and entertainment, they probably did at least a few times sing all 6, right?
I'm sure they always did, because the thing with part songs, if you're doing it for fun, you want several chances to get your part right.
Right.
Well,
there are only choruses in harmony, but maybe they harmonise it all. Anyway, that's all very interesting. If that has what's the word? Encouraged or inspired any thoughts, then do write them in the comments.
Write them.
And share the video with anyone who you think would be interested. And don't say Matt's rubbish at playing the cello. I know that. It's part of the thing. You notice I don't play the cello very often. So, unless it's a folky thing or a simple groovy thing.
He was having a bit of fun with
I actually
the
played
cello.
it better earlier today, but whatever, it doesn't matter. It was an amateur musical society in the 1780s.
They were pretty well. Yeah, I mean, they somebody would bring along a cello, but no, Matt's a professional guitarist,
watch
and
other
pianist,
videos
and double bass, and do I'll put some links so you can see.
People polish music too much in the past.
This is unpolished.
The Orchestra of the Age of Enlightenment might disagree with me, but
this is unpolished. It's genuine. Oh,
there
let's
you go.
have
that was what it might have sounded. We're going to use a different thumbnail.
Yes, we are. So
right. See you later.
See you.
Thanks
you,
so
Paul.
much. Thanks for watching. Bye.